What if everything you've been told about the Bible isn't completely wrong, but isn't completely right either? What if the way we read it, the way we interpret it, has been shaped more by culture, tradition, and assumptions than by what it actually says? And here's the uncomfortable question. What if we've been misunderstanding the Bible this whole time? Welcome to Sacred Questions, a place where we explore difficult questions about God, faith, and the Bible with honesty and humility. Today's question is not meant to shake your faith, but to deepen it. Because if the Bible truly matters, then understanding it correctly matters even more. So let's ask this carefully. Are we reading the Bible the way it was meant to be read, or the way we've been taught to read it? For millions of people, the Bible is more than a book. It's guidance, it's truth, it's the foundation of belief. But here's the tension. Two sincere Christians can read the same passage and come to completely different conclusions. One sees grace, another sees judgment, one sees symbolism, another sees literal history. So which one is right, or could both be missing something? Let's explore a few major ways people interpret the Bible. Some believe the Bible should be read as straightforward, factual truth, word for word. Creation happened in 6 days. Every miracle happened exactly as described. Every command applies directly today. This approach values certainty, but critics ask, what about poetry, metaphor, ancient context? Others believe the Bible must be understood within its historical and cultural setting. It was written thousands of years ago, in different languages, to different audiences, in a very different world. So when we read it today, we need to ask, what did this mean then? Before asking what it means now. Some parts of the Bible, like parables, prophecy, and even parts of Genesis, may not be strictly literal, but deeply symbolic. The goal isn't always to give scientific or historical detail, but to reveal truth about God, humanity, and meaning. And here's where things get complicated. Most people don't consciously choose one method. We mix them without realizing it. We read some verses literally, others metaphorically, based on what we've been taught, or what feels comfortable. This raises honest, difficult questions. Why are there so many denominations if the Bible is clear? Why do interpretations change over time? Why do some teachings feel inconsistent or even contradictory? And maybe the hardest question, if the Bible is God's word, why isn't its meaning always obvious? These aren't questions of rebellion, they're questions of sincerity, and ignoring them doesn't strengthen faith, it weakens it. What if the problem isn't the Bible? But how do we approach it? What if we sometimes read it too quickly, too literally, too influenced by modern assumptions? What if understanding the Bible requires more than just reading? What if it requires humility, context, patience, and even wrestling with the text? Because throughout history, people of deep faith didn't always agree, but they engaged, they questioned, they studied, they sought deeper meaning. Maybe the goal of the Bible isn't just to give easy answers, but to invite us into a deeper relationship with truth, a relationship that requires thought, curiosity, and sometimes discomfort. Because faith that never questions often becomes fragile, but faith that wrestles can become unshakable. So maybe the real question isn't, have we misunderstood the Bible? But are we willing to keep learning, even if it challenges what we thought we knew? If this made you think, even a little, then you're exactly why this channel exists. Subscribe to Sacred Questions for more honest, thought-provoking conversations about faith, doubt, and truth. And I want to hear from you. Do you think people misunderstand the Bible? Or is the message clear? Let's talk about it in the comments. Because sometimes, the most important answers begin with the hardest questions.